This happened during the summer of 2020, when I was 16 years old. My best friend, Tyler, and I lived in a quiet neighborhood outside of Columbus, Ohio. Like most teenagers during summer break, we spent our days looking for ways to entertain ourselves. One Saturday evening, our neighborhood was hosting a block party. Families were grilling food, kids were running around with sparklers, and music was playing from portable speakers. It should have been fun, but Tyler and I were bored out of our minds. We wandered away from the crowd and started walking through nearby streets. While we were talking, Tyler pointed toward a large house at the end of a cul-de-sac. "That's where that girl Emma lives," he said. Emma was one of the most popular girls in school. Everybody knew who she was. The house stood out immediately. It was much larger than the others around it, with tall windows and a long curved driveway. As we got closer, we noticed something unusual. No cars. No lights. No signs that anyone was home. "It looks empty," Tyler said. I shrugged. "Maybe they're on vacation." That should have been the end of it. Instead, Tyler walked up the driveway. I followed, mostly because I didn't want him getting into trouble alone. When we reached the front porch, Tyler grabbed the handle and pushed. To our surprise, the door slowly swung open. Neither of us expected that. We stood there staring at each other. Looking back, I know we should have turned around immediately. Instead, curiosity got the better of us. We stepped inside. The house was strangely cold. The air conditioning was running, but the place felt abandoned. The furniture was covered with sheets, as if the owners had been gone for a while. The silence was unsettling. Tyler headed upstairs while I stayed on the first floor. I explored the kitchen, dining room, and living area. Everything looked normal. After a few minutes, I started feeling uncomfortable. We weren't just snooping anymore. We were trespassing. I was about to go find Tyler and tell him we should leave when I heard him yell. Not a playful yell. A terrified one. I sprinted upstairs. Tyler was standing in the hallway, pale as a ghost. "What happened?" I asked. He grabbed my arm and pulled me into a nearby bathroom. Then he locked the door behind us. "What are you doing?" I whispered. He looked genuinely shaken. There was someone in one of the bedrooms. My stomach dropped. "What do you mean?" I opened a closet door and saw a man standing inside. For a moment, I thought he was joking. Then I looked at his face. He wasn't joking. Not even close. Before I could respond, we heard a creak in the hallway. A floorboard. Then another. Someone was walking outside the bathroom. We both went silent. The footsteps stopped directly outside the door. A few seconds passed. Then came a knock. Just one. Slow and deliberate. Neither of us moved. Another knock followed. This one louder. Then another. And another. The handle suddenly turned. Whoever was outside was trying to get in. My heart felt like it was going to explode. The person began rattling the handle harder. The entire door shook. Then we heard a man's voice. A low, angry voice. "Open the door." Tyler and I stared at each other. The voice repeated itself. This time louder. "Open the door." When we didn't respond, the pounding started. The door frame vibrated with every hit. I genuinely thought it was going to break. Panic took over. Behind us was a small bathroom window. I shoved it open. The drop wasn't huge, but it wasn't exactly safe either. Neither of us cared. I climbed through first and landed in a flower bed below. Tyler jumped right after me. We scrambled to our feet and ran. Neither of us looked back. We didn't stop running until we reached the neighborhood park several blocks away. After catching our breath, we argued about what to do. Part of me wanted to forget the entire thing. The other part couldn't stop thinking about it. Who was that man? Why was he inside the house? A few days later, Emma's family returned home. Eventually, I worked up the courage to tell her father what had happened. I expected him to be furious. Instead, his expression changed immediately. He asked me to repeat everything. When I finished, he became very quiet. Then he told me something that still bothers me. Nobody had permission to be in the house while they were away. No relatives. No house sitters. No maintenance workers. No one. The police were contacted, but they never found out who had been inside. To this day, Tyler and I still talk about that night. We know what we saw. And if we had stayed in that bathroom just a little longer, I honestly don't want to know what would have happened when that door finally gave way.